Thanks, Tim. Thanks for the opportunity to present to your cohort of investors today. Really exciting. We are, for people who are viewing, we're a tech company, an Australian-based tech company. We are really passionate about the growing assistive technology market globally, and we think we've got world-class technology, even though at the very early stages of commercialisation. So hopefully I'll take you through some exciting stuff that we're doing and as we move forward. We'll just go through the disclaimer. I thought I would start today, and we'll start the video in a second, but to talk to you, really put our product in context. We serve severely disabled people, and our technology enables those people to be able to communicate when their body, their voice and their body is often not playing ball. And we have the great pleasure of being able to serve people and change their life when they can communicate. And I just received, interestingly, just now a text from a client in the US who just said to me, because of the efforts of Control Bionics, my mum's world is unlocked, and to me that is priceless. And that's the sort of work that we do, and we think as a business we can take our world-class technology to the world. I'd just like to play this video to give you a context of the sort of products we offer.
What I love about my job is working with patients and their families and problem solving with them on the best means of communication. And it was wonderful when Marie and Rebecca approached me with the NeuroNode trilogy saying, hey, we've found this device. Seeing Marie use the NeuroNode trilogy was lovely to see. Her face lit up using it.
When I first met Marie during the assessment, one of the things that I realized is that she was really good at flexing one of her fingers. And at that point, I knew that we could use one of the muscles going through that finger to measure that activity that then she could use as a click on our computer. We moved into the eye gaze technology where we did the eye gaze calibration. She was really good following targets around the screen. And then the beauty comes when we integrate both technologies. So that means that she will use her eyes as the mouse on the computer, and then the NeuroNode as a click, which is gonna give her more accuracy, meaning faster speed, less fatigue when using the system for communication.
Hello there. Perfect. Part of my role is finding a device that is tailored for patients and working with them on what would work best with them in their daily life.
Yeah, the Control Bionics machine has really helped. If we didn't have it, she wouldn't be able to tell us her thoughts. We'd only be guessing.
Just yes or no, pretty much. But like, even I'm fairly pregnant as well, so you know, she can give me her opinions on what names she likes, what she doesn't like.
And I've got a 1-year-old, first-time mum, been able to obviously help me a lot through text. Still be able to communicate when I'm not around.
Getting the machine has come at the right time, as I could not use my phone. The NeuroNode trilogy has given me a second lease of life, being able to communicate with my family and friends. I'm able to message them through Messenger or text. I can email as well. This is important as I can still express my feelings and what I need. This is vital for my carer as well.
Having the customer support for Marie and the family to contact Control Bionics whenever they need, as well as being there to support myself, has been a really great opportunity for both of us.
Great, so that sort of puts our product in context, and I'll explain a little bit more about the detail and the technology as we go through. So if we could go to the next slide, please. So we have this technology which via very minute muscle signals that are sent from the brain, we can pick up on our device, which allows us to be able to send binary signals to a computer to be able to control it. And we combine that with eye gaze technology, and we think the combination of those things creates world-class technology, and we're taking that to the world, and that's why we went to capital raise in December last year. Our goal is to be the global leader in augmentative communications and control devices. So we want to help people within the whole assistive technology market be able to communicate and control things when you would think that there's no way to them to be able to do that. Thank you very much. Next slide, please. And, you know, we work with a whole range of different people of conditions, MND, cerebral palsy, from the very young children to very aged clients. And our technology is all designed to enable people to communicate easily and effectively. And we think we do that better than anyone else in the world right now. Thank you very much. So, when we went to IPO, we had two major products, and the Neuronode is our own core technology, which enables us to pick up very, very small signals from the body. It's world-class patented technology, and then we brought that into two usable products. One is a Neuronode-only product, which is married with a computer and software, which enables someone to speak purely by sending signals from the Neuronode. And then we have our faster speed, less fatigue model, which combines our Neuronode technology with eye gaze technology, where you look at the screen with your eyes and that controls the cursor. But the Neuronode itself, you just think about wherever the Neuronode is on your body, and it could be on your frontalis, it could be on your forearm, it could be on your shin. But the secondary message is to use that Neuronode to make a secondary signal to take action on the screen. And we're having great feedback from the market on the technology that we have. New slide, please. So in December, we had a successful capital raising. We raised $15 million. And that was really on the basis that we felt that our technology was ready to take it to the market globally. And we had very, very good take up from investors in terms of the ability to look at our IPO. Patented technology, significant global growth opportunity in terms of the whole assistive technology market globally. And with aging populations and our market, we think there's incredible growth for this business ahead. So our priorities in getting that IPO together were, we wanted to expand our expansion into the Australian technology sector. We wanted to expand into North America. We already had a small footprint in America, but nothing much in terms of scale. We wanted to expand into relevant international markets, and we see Japan as a very, very important market for the type of product that we have. And we also know that the core technology that we have has ultimate applications in other areas to be in that sort of control and monitoring part of the business. And we wanted to make sure that we could develop that over time. Thank you. Next slide. So already the business is turning over close to $4 million, and we're very proud of that in the last financial year. Over the previous year, we had 28% year-on-year growth, which we were very pleased given, you know, all of the conditions of COVID-19. Our population grouping, every product that we sell has to be assessed by an individual client, and COVID has meant that you just can't get to clients. So to have 28% growth in a very, very young business, it's really focused on product improvement and where we're going, we think's been an excellent result. So Australia and USA have been really good. Obviously, we're well funded in terms of our cash position as at June 30th. And amazingly, just recently, we were a top 10 finalist in the Financial Review's Most Innovative Companies for Health Industries, which we're very proud of. So we think not only have we got a technology, you know, which we think, you know, heralds, you know, companies like Cochlear and ResMed in terms of heritage and where we think we want to go, but we've already got revenue and worked through the whole buying model of how this product needs to go to market. So we're very proud of that result. Go to the next slide, please. So the year ahead is one that we're very excited about, because we see the easing restrictions of COVID mean that all the preparation work that we've been doing whilst we've been in this pandemic has not been wasted, and we are being really prepared to take it ahead. Next slide, please. So significant addressable market globally, just in terms of the core three markets that we are really focused on right now in terms of scale. You know, we've got addressable market of 76,000 in Australia. We've got 300,000 in the US, 43,000 people diagnosed every year. And in Japan, 120,000 people with 16,000 people identified in terms of these type of conditions: ALS, spinal cord injuries, multiple sclerosis, and cerebral palsy. So we think there's a magnificent opportunity, and our combination of product compared to the competitive set that is currently in the market globally, we know that our product offers faster speed and less fatigue for users, which is critically important to how much they can use their devices. So we think we've got a winning edge there. Next slide, please. And whilst all this has been going on, you know, we haven't been resting on our laurels in terms of our investment. We see the growth opportunity for Control Bionics to be global. And even though we've had the, you know, the COVID restrictions on, we've been investing our money in developing a fantastic team to set ourselves up to be a global company from the small company we were prior to IPO. So I'm very proud to say that Peter Ford and James Shorey operate in the company. Peter Ford is our founder and was the amazing inspiration for the NeuroNode technology, and is now actively still in the business, helping us reduce the size of the technology so that when we want to address additional markets, we are ready and prepared with our technology. We've developed a global team of production. We're developing our funding resources in the US, and we're increasing our sales and marketing resources across the globe. So we think as we come out of this COVID environment, it's a really exciting time for us and our brand to be represented as a really respected Australian growth company. Next slide, please. So what are our priorities for the next year? We've spent a lot of time developing the product, so revenue growth now in Australia and North America is important for us as we come out of COVID. Obviously, we've made investments in infrastructure. We want to see those investments start returning. And in product leadership, you know, one of the things that we've done is we've invested in new branding and marketing that we think is of a global standard. And we're also expanding our product range within the assistive technology market to address markets like autism, whilst we were, not able to get out and see clients. We've also introduced a rental model for our product, and we're testing that in the Australian market with the NDIS, and we're having great success from the NDIS in terms of providing options, not just capital purchase models for equipment. Our equipment sells for around $20,000 in context. Introducing a rental model has been very attractive for NDIS, particularly for people where the horizon of use of that capital, you know, is sometimes difficult to judge. And in terms of international markets, opening up Japan is an exciting opportunity for us. 137 million people. A lot of the traditional European competitors in this space don't operate in Japan. And we think there's an amazing opportunity for us to be a market leader in the AAC, or the communication market of the assistive technology in Japan. We've already started expanding our international footprint. We've got set a distributor up in Singapore. And the next thing for us to consider really is our entry into Europe and the UK in terms of where we're going. But, you know, with the team we've got in place now, we've got the capacity to be able to do that and be able to be successful in those markets. In terms of R&D, you know, we've got a very, very strong internal R&D map, and some of that's already come out now, expanded product range that'll be launching through these next 2 quarters. But, you know, our neuro wearable technology, we think can be applied in a variety of different markets as we go forward. And over the next year and a half, you'll start to see some of those other sectors come online as we develop the technology. And we're already doing a project which extends our assistive technology market with Deakin University, where we're looking at how can we take a disabled person and give them the ability to control their wheelchair safely in an environment. And we think that that will give a lot of people a lot of satisfaction in being able to move around their home safely without the intervention of carers. And we think that'll be a great extension product to where we're going. Next slide, please. Just really want to talk about the range. So we've got a whole range of things. When we started the year, we had 2 products. Now we have 4 products. We have our Neuronode Trilogy, which combines the Neuronode and eye gaze technology. We have our Neuronode only product. We have an eye gaze only product. We have a new Touch product, which will mean this is a handheld device, which just uses our software and can be carried around. Plus, we've just introduced our Cosmos Connect product, which is a product which connects into all of these systems, but it allows a single switch user to be able to extend and control things like feeding robots, to be able to eat themselves, to be able to control wheelchair, and also importantly for a lot of people, to be able to do normal things like to be able to plug into an Xbox and play an Xbox game with your brother or your sister. So we think we've got a very well-rounded product. So we've been working very, very hard during the process of the pandemic, and we think we're coming out with some fantastic fresh spring product to extend our control as we go forward. Next product, please. So this is just an extension of the Touch product. It's a handheld product that someone can carry around with them. All of our other products in the range are really designed for people who are severely disabled and probably can't move. This product moves with people. So it is a product that can go to school. It has over 8 hours worth of battery life. It comes with specially designed plastic guards, which help guide a cerebral palsy person to be able to select various things on the software. And we think that this is going to be an exciting product for us in terms of expanding our range in the disability market. Next slide, please. On the innovation front, as I said, Peter's really driving this project about reducing our technology and looking at doing research applications for how our monitoring and controlling technology can be applied in different applications. And we're making very, very good progress in terms of flexible membrane to be able to put our device on. Our device at the moment is something like a 2-inch, 3-inch device. We want to get that down to very, very small, flexible pathway, and we're just about there with that technology. And as I said, we're also working on a wheelchair control project with Deakin University, which we think will give our existing market additional reasons to buy more things from us in the form of an add-on tool to our system, which will allow you to control things like wheelchair. So next slide, please. So overall, we are very, very excited now. We think that the market is opening up for us. The reaction that we're getting from marketplace now is we are a player in the space, even though we're a pimple yet in terms of global presence. We certainly have a footprint in the US and Australia, and we're very excited, and particularly today as Victoria is out of lockdown. It's very exciting. So thank you very much for the opportunity to talk. We think that we're going to be a very big story into the future, and would certainly very happy to have investors along the way with us.
Thanks, Rob. Are you in Melbourne? Are you out of lockdown? Does that mean?
I am. I sort of don't know what to do. I've opened the front door, but I'm afraid to go out.
Just get outside, Rob. Now, a couple of questions. I mean, congratulations on such a significant product helping people with severe disabilities. I almost feel like I have to apologise to ask commercial questions, but how do you sell the product? We watched that video, and there's obviously a lot of interaction with the patient, for want of a better word. How do you celebrate? How do you sell that product? Do you kind of use other parties to do that? What's the process?
We have a growing direct sales force in both Australia and the US. And basically what that sales force does is go and do assessments with clients. But we're also now at a stage where the technology is starting to get stable. We understand the buying cycle of how people buy the product in terms of specifying it, assessing it, trialing it, and then applying for funding for the product. But we think that partner sales now are really going to be an important part of what we do going forward. And we've already established one relationship with a significant US-based distributor called New Motion, and they are helping us in the northeast of the United States in terms of extending our ability to reach customers. So at the moment, in terms of small stage, it's direct sales force in the key markets, but we see the future being distributor-based relationships.
And how does the patient, for want of a better word, how do they fund the product? Is the NDIS open? Is insurance open?
Yeah, so NDIS is open in Australia. Our product, $21,000, is fully funded, and the rental product is also fully funded. So that's exciting. In the United States, we fund the product. Primary insurance will pay about 80% of the product, and then there's co-funding for the product. But that's another thing about the business and the team that we've amassed, is that we are very focused on serving the ultimate payer, which is the insurance company, and how to deal with that. So we have access to Medicare in the States. We have 35 states in Medicaid, and we also deal with the VA directly in the States. So we're starting to really have a presence, and the market is actually starting to say, okay, you guys have been around a little bit, and now we get it that you're going to be here for the long term. So we're starting to get to that early stage of who are you, what do you do, to starting to become, okay, we get what you do, and we understand that your product really does work.
I mean, it's early stage to the ASX, but how long have you been building these networks and pathways into the States with Medicaid and etc.?
I started with the company in January 2017, and we had 4 people in the company, and that was it. And Peter Ford, the founder, and James Shorey, our Chief Technology Officer, had been developing the technology as an R&D exercise really for the previous number of years with that. And it was really at that point when the investors made a decision and said, you know what, we actually have something here that is amazing, and we need to start investing in it. And I was invited to be a consultant to have a look at the business and see what the market potential was. And I presented to the board back in late 2016. And Peter Ford asked me, he said, Rob, would you like to implement the plan? And it was an overnight discussion with my wife to say, you know what, this business is amazing, the technology is amazing, and we can do so much good for what we're doing. And I think we're going to be an Australian success story as we grow.
Congratulations, Rob. Let's leave it there. There's a couple more questions here, if you don't mind answering those online at some stage. Sure. Thanks for your time. Enjoy your lockdown freedom, and we'll have you on again.
All right. Thanks, Tim. Cheers.
That's all we have time for, everyone. I think everyone's out of lockdown now. Enjoy your weekends. See you next week.